So you want to do real estate, but you don't have access to money. This is a live phone call of me talking with a potential private money lender that said they had interest, so you can see how this phone conversation goes. My name's Austin Rutherford. I've owned over $25 million of real estate, raised over $35 million of other people's money to fund those deals, been investing for over a decade, and have completed hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of real estate transactions. Check out this call.
Well,
Hey, Ray. This is Austin Rutherford. How are you today?
hello, Austin. Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
Awesome.
I wanted to touch base. Still a good time? You got a few minutes?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I was expecting your call, Rosie. We had a good conversation about you, so.
Hopefully positive things. No, I'm saying.
Yeah, it's all positive, really.
That's good. That's good. But
Yeah.
no, appreciate you taking the time. I've working with Trey and Vanessa for a few months now. Known them for a few years, but glad we were able to get connected.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I mean they kind of mentioned had some interest in potentially kind of being on the money side for the real estate. So just wanted to touch base and I guess one ask what all they've kind of shared, just to know kind of where we're starting from, and then tell you a little bit more about myself and where the opportunities could be.
You mean like what she mentioned about you, or?
Yeah, and then if they said anything like specifically on private money lending or what it was or how it worked or anything, and if not, that's completely fine. I just kind of want to see where if you have any knowledge of it to kind of start at.
I got you. Yeah, she mentioned that you're an investor. You live in Florida, right? And invest in both places here in Florida, something like that's what she said.
So born and raised in Ohio, live in Florida, but still do all the investing here locally in Ohio still.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, and she mentioned that you've been doing it for a while, very experienced, and that, she mentioned something that somebody told her that everything you touch turns to gold or something like that. So see how positive that was? So right off the bat, I was like, oh man, that's great.
I love it. I love it.
So that's all I have to say. So
For sure. No, that's awesome. So yeah, I mean, just a little bit more kind of background on me. I grew up here in Gahanna. I don't know if you're familiar, but that's where I was born.
Yeah.
I lived here until about 3 years ago. Moved to Florida. I've been investing since like 2015, so like 9 years now.
Nice.
Flipped a few hundred houses, owned like 130 rental properties, built probably 20 new construction houses over that time as well. So been in the market a long time, and done a lot of deals. Obviously everything hasn't always gone perfectly according to plan, but
Right.
the one great thing with that is if things don't go according to plan, our private money lenders, it doesn't affect them in any way, shape, or form. If things go south, it's something that I take on the chin, because I mean that's just how it works. The investor myself, takes an L. Private money lenders never do. So. That's just kind of a little backstory on me, and then kind of on the private money side, did they explain it all, kind of how I guess let me scratch that first. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What all have you been doing over the last 10, 20, 30 years?
Oh, last 20, 30 years. Shoot, I was in the military for 10 years.
Thank
Then
you for
I've
your
been.
service.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Um, that was in IT for 11 years
Okay.
before, at the time I was, laid off. So I kind of had to do things on my own there, here and there. I bought and sold cars for a while.
Nice.
How do I say, a job at Chase. I was in Chase for 4 years before going into what I do now, which is, pretty much my full-time job right now is being a supervisor in a pharmaceutical company.
Nice.
Yeah, and but at the same time, I started just recently, got into, the money brokering side of things. So where I have access to private money broker. So have access to millions of dollars in that. So for people who do want to invest in properties, and know, whether it be flips, whether it be residential, commercial, new construction, whatever it may be.
I love it.
So
I love it.
yeah, yeah. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
that's me.
For sure, for sure. Cool. So how long have you kind of been, on the broker and private money side? Have you written?
Just recently, within the last couple of weeks, really.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So have you written any loans yet, or not? Not nothing yet.
Yeah, nothing yet at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But again, it's very promising. It's looking, the fact of the matter is it's they that the people that I'm working with, the network, they're fantastic, man. They've nothing but helpful and informative, and geez, it's great. So
I love it. I love it.
yep.
Well, awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of tell you a little bit, how we typically work, with private money lenders like yourself, and sounds like you have access to some of those things, and
No,
if it's
absolutely.
something that is possible, would love to get some deals done together, but on a very high level, kind of how we work with private money lenders like yourself,
hmm
essentially you just take place of the bank. So when
Right.
you go and buy a home, you get a loan from the bank. They have a mortgage on the property, and then you have a promissory note that says, hey, I promise to pay X amount of dollars back to you, and if I don't, you can foreclose on the asset to recoup the money. So basically,
Yep.
you just take that position. It allows us to move faster on deals, and it allows us to buy deals that are need a lot more work, because we kind of understand that that's how the value is created.
Yep.
So usually, for simple numbers, let's say we're buying a house for $100,000, and then we need $50,000 of work put into it. We'll go to our private money lenders and say, hey, we have an opportunity, for $150,000. And then somebody will say, hey, yeah, I'm interested, I'm in, and so then they'll fund the $150,000, at the purchase of the transaction. The seller will get their $100,000, and then we'll get the remaining balance. In this scenario, about $50,000 to go out and do the renovation. So
Yep.
you don't deal with anything, you don't manage any headaches, contractors, any of that stuff. So then we go out, buy, renovate, sell, and then on the payoff, all the principal and all the interest gets paid. So for simple numbers, if we borrow $100,000 at 10% interest, that's $10,000 a year in interest. So if we use the money for 6 months, it's $5,000. If we use it for 3 months, it's $2,500. It's prorated to the time of use. So we do guarantee a 90-day minimum if a deal goes faster than that. But at a very high level, that's kind of what the process looks like. Is that kind of how you guys do deals, or
Yeah, that's yeah. All in a nutshell, you just hit every single point there. So, one of the thing that I know for a fact is whatever rates are out there, they're willing to match or even beat them. So, um, that that's a positive.
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
So do you got, for your guys' process, do you like require like appraisals to be done before lending, or what's the loan process?
Yeah, there's an appraisal that has to take place. But for the we take an application and a broker agreement and all that, and I'm sure they're gonna get some paperwork from you. All the typical stuff. The bank information and just a little bit about yourself and how you find the properties and all that. And that's all in the application. Um, Typically, it's a really quick turnaround within a day or so. If everything is very thoroughly filled, and it's but yeah, it's just there's some paperwork that needs to be filled. The usual. I don't know how is that the way you guys do it as well, or with
No,
other private money broker?
no. So we're just direct to the relationship. So I mean,
Oh, okay.
I just send out a text and say, hey, I have an opportunity for
Ah,
150,
okay.
and then they say,
Gotcha. Oh, you see, you're at that level with those with them already, right? I'm
for,
pretty sure.
for sure.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure we can get there as well.
Yeah.
You know,
So
especially once they see the number of deals that you do,
for
and
sure.
that you've done. So
So will you guys fund 100% of the transaction?
yeah, we'll fund that 100%.
So you'll fund 100% of the purchase and 100% of the rehab.
Yeah. So yeah. So 100 and say, like you said, you need you saw a deal for 100 and you say, like you said, you need $50,000 for the renovations. Well, we'll totally fund the whole thing.
Okay. And then will
Yeah.
you release the escrow, the rehab funds at closing, or are those required to be escrowed?
Um, Good question. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then also if there's monthly interest payments made, or if all the interest accrues until the payoff of the loan.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to. I'll have to get all that information as well for you. I apologize, I didn't get that one.
No worries.
But yeah, like I said. But if you want, I mean, we can touch base once I get all that information, or I can send you, you know, if you send me the question any question that you may have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's
Yeah.
typically three things. It's and I'm gonna text this to you as well, but it's typically one. Is it 100% funding?
Right.
100% funding, and then two, monthly interest payments or accrued until payoff, and then last one is will rehab funds be dispersed at closing, or will an escrow be required? So yeah, if we could, get those, and then we'd love to touch base, and if they can do all those things, I'd love to get some deals done for sure.
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect. That'll be good. That'll be good. I'll definitely get that information for you quickly, and yeah.
Awesome.
Do you have any deals currently on the contract?
Yeah, I mean, we got a ton. I mean, we got 17 in contract that we're buying. So, I mean, we always have deals moving. It always just comes down, to the funding side, working with, people and, that have those things that I just texted you. Basically, it just helps simplify the process.
Okay. Perfect. So yeah, I'll definitely get that for you.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to reconnecting, and just give me a call or shoot me a text anytime, this weekend or next week, once you have those answers, and we'd love to talk more.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you for reaching out. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Looking forward to working with you.
Likewise. Talk soon.
All right. Talk soon. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.
You too. Bye-bye. So as you can hear on that call, typically when you talk to people, there's one of two buckets that they fall in: private money and hard money. Private money is individual relationships that you have personally. Hard money are companies or institutions that have a process of lending you money. And as you can hear from that phone call, he said, hey, I have work with a group of investors. We have an application process. We have to do appraisals. So those are all things that immediately tell me that this is a hard money company. It's not a private money lender. This individual that I spoke with does not have the money he's personally lending. He's brokering the money through a third party to lend me the money. So the questions that I asked, will you fund 100% of the deal? I've never met a hard money lender that will fund 100% of the deal. The question that I asked is, will you allow interest payments to accrue until the back end and not paid monthly? I've never met a hard money lender that doesn't allow that. The last question that I ask is, will the rehab funds be dispersed at closing, or will they have to be escrowed? Because if they're escrowed, I have to put up the money and then get reimbursed for it. I've never met a hard money lender that disperses the escrow funds. So if they can do those things, that's incredible. 100% we'll do some deals together. My guess is they're going to come back and say, hey, no, we can't do those things. which means that they're a hard money lender and not private money. So, great call. Love building these relationships. When you're talking with people, just know the difference and just understand that with hard money, you need money. You need a down payment. You need to make monthly interest payments. You have to front the rehab, but it can still get deals done. But at the private money side, you can get 100% financed. You can kick the interest payments until the payoff. You can get the rehab funds paid to you at closing to fund the deal. So if you want private money, which is how you can get your deals 100% financed, make sure you watch this next video here. And if you got value from this, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can see more content just like this.